Hello there everybody, my name is BeastKing46 and I am here to do a little tutorial on how to install mods on a game called Kenshi. Now, how to install mods in Kenshi is actually very simple. First things first though, you must click on Kenshi, launch the game first, you must start a new game. It doesn't really matter what you do in the game, you can really just launch the game once the game has fully loaded in and your characters has also loaded in and whatnot. You can then close the game down, shut it off. Then what you want to do is find your Kenshi folder. Now I have my game folder installed in its own drive, so it's pretty easy to find on my computer. In your case, you may have to go up, open your Steam folder, and that's where you'll find yours. Now, once you've got your Kenshi folder open, go to, well, I use Nexus mods. You can find Kenshi mods all over the place, but for now we're just going to use this as an example. Yep. As you can see, I already downloaded one and installed one a second ago, but now I'm going to show you how to install one myself. Okay, I'm going to click over here on Healing Pods. Now this is just an example. You don't have to install this mod. This is just what I want to do. Okay, I've downloaded it manually. You can use the Vortex mod manager, but I do not recommend this. It can, for some reason, Vortex doesn't work 100% of the time with Kenshi. It may just be a small problem in the programming. I'm not 100% sure. Well, either way, once you have the mod downloaded, come over here to your mods folder. Open up, once you have go back to your Kenshi folder, click on mods, and then drop the mod folder in here and unpackage it. Usually whenever you unpackage these mods, they'll only release a single folder like this one right here. You might get you might get readme text and whatnot. Those don't really matter right now. Once you've downloaded the mods, place them in your mods folder, extracted them onto your mods folder, go back into your main Kenshi folder, and go down to Forgotten Construction Set. Double click on that. Once it's launched, make sure you click on your newly installed mod to activate it. In this case, it's Less Foliage and Rocks, a mod I very much recommend for those of you who are planning to play Kenshi. Kenshi has a lot of minor detail in it that actually makes the FPS crash like hell sometimes. Installing mods like this will in fact make the entire experience far faster and far better. Once you've clicked on your mod, once you've made sure that the mod is activated here, where it says active, click done. It's going to take a little while. It's going to bring up the stats of your mods. Here you can actually modify your mods further. For example, I can modify the Adventurers Guild, which is a mod I have installed, the Anti-Slavers, which are, majority of these are just vanilla, or just vanilla factions and patrols. Once you've manipulated any games the way you want, which I'll make in a different tutorial, which I'll show you in a different tutorial, just click save. Now click outside of the construction set and go to and launch Kenshi one more time, except that instead of clicking OK, first go to mods. Once you go here, all your active mods will be displayed here. Go down, make sure your recently installed mod is active. In this case, Less Foliage and Rocks 2 times 2. Right there's unactivated, activated, and just like that, the mod is activated. Now all I need to do is click OK, and it will launch the game for me. And that is basically how you install and uninstall mods in Kenshi. Now, be sure that whenever you start your game of Kenshi, that you have all the mods that you want to do the playthrough with pre-installed. Do not install them after you've already started a new world. The world that you started with when you first launched the game will have to be deleted. Otherwise, the moment you try joining that game with all those new mods installed, unless they're only cosmetic mods such as new hairstyles and whatnot, they can in fact crash your game pretty frequently. To avoid that, make sure you start a new, fresh world every time you install mods. Well, that's all for now. If you guys have any questions, make sure you comment down below and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. Or at least, yeah, if you have any questions, just leave any questions down in the comments. Or if you want, you can join my live stream that I will be starting I'll be starting using Kenshi game, as well as various other games. Have a good one, guys and girls.